Okay, so everyone mute and we will hear from David.
Right. Thank you. This is an Irish hornpipe called the 1st of May. Thank
Great,
you.
thank you very much
Now,
for
that
that.
that that tune reminds me of when my mother made coal cannon.
Aha, yeah, a
It's
little
the
bit.
same tune as the Little Skillet Pot.
Yeah.
Right, the little skillet pot.
All
Now I
right.
want full cannon.
Right. Well, okay. So my turn.
Yeah, Terry, and just I mentioned both Sandy and Gaia have joined us. I'm going to put Sandy in
Okay.
after Joe, so we break up the men thing going on here. So we have a little more different voices. So I'll keep you posted. So okay,
Okay.
Terry,
So does that means it's my turn?
your turn.
Okay. So being May the 1st, I'm going to do nothing but labor songs. Here's a song about scabs. I'm sure you've heard it from me before, but I'm lately I haven't practiced much, and my Celtic repertoire, as you know, is thin. And this isn't really Celtic. I guess we can sort of count the north of England as more or less Celtic. It's in the evening after dark that the blackleg miner leaves to work with his moleskin pants and his dirty shirt. There goes the blackleg miner. Well, he grabs his duds and down he goes to you, the coal that lies below. Not a woman in this town row will look at the blackleg miner. Double is a terrible place. They rub lead clay in the blackleg's face. Around the heaps they run up a trace to catch the blackleg miner. Don't even go down to the sick old mine. They're all just the way they stretch a line to catch the throat and break the spine of the dirty blackleg miner. He grabs his studs and picks his well and the hoy him down the pits of hell. Down you go and fare you well, you dirty blackleg miner. It's in the evening after dark that the blackleg miner creeps to work with his moleskin pants and his dirty shirt. There goes the blackleg miner. So join the evening while you may, don't wait till your dying day. For that might not be far away, you dirty blackleg miner.
Terrific.
Kind of fun to sing too.
Thank you, Jerry, for that. All right, Rory from the Great White North.
That's me. We didn't have snow yesterday. That's a good thing. So I'm going to play two short tunes. One is called Hector the Hero, and the other, it's a slow air, and then a 6/8 called Angus McKinnon.
Rory, your audio is a little sketchy there for some reason.
I was worried about that. So I've got a new microphone and a new headset, and this is all coming through this. So I'm going to take a break from this, and I'll switch it over to coming through my camera. So somebody else should go now, and I'll come back. Thank you.
Yeah, we'd hate to miss those dulcet tones.
I'll try not to make you miss it.
All right, Joe, why don't you give it a go, and we'll go back to Rory afterwards there. So.
All right, so I'm going to do Follow the Heron Home, which I just picked up this week, and it's a really lovely song. It's kind of Scottish. It has a Scottish origin, but it's not traditional, but it's from a Scottish singer. So Follow the Heron Home, key of A for those playing along at home. The back of the winter is broke. Sorry, I forgot the melody. I'm going to start with the chorus. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away and we follow the heron home. The back of the winter is broken and light lingers long by the door. And the seeds of the summer have spoken in gowans that bloom on the shore. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away and we follow the heron home. In darkness we cradled our sorrow and stoked all our fires with fear. Now these bones that lie empty and hollow are ready for gladness to cheer. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sweet blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. So long may you sing of the salmon and the snow-scented sounds of your home, while the north wind delivers its sermon of ice and salt water and stone. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home. By night and day we'll sport and we'll play and delight as the dawn dances over the bay. Sleep blows the breath of the morning away, and we follow the heron home.
That was excellent, Joe.
Thank you.
How did you
That's great.
duet with yourself at the same time?
Yeah, I was impressed.
That was pretty.
I said that man speaks with forked tongue.
Hey,
Yeah, good tech.
that's pretty good. That's more than just a duo. It's a duo.
That was good. Talking of duo, we're going to have a do-over with Rory. There we go.
That's why they pay you the big bucks, Stuart. It's astonishing. Very well done. What a segue. Okay, so I'm going to play, and I hope you hear it better, and signal me if it doesn't work.
Excellent. That came through great. Thank you. Very nice. All right. We welcome Ed Seymour to the group. John the list. All right. I think we're going to have Sandy step in now just to put a female voice and sound in the midst of all these male stuff going on here. So.
Okay. I've got a new bass flute that I just got not long ago, and we went to a powwow up in Cleburne a few weeks ago and bought this beating, and I put it on because it kind of matched the turquoise stone that was already on the flute. And I'm going to show you how long it is. It's a big old long thing. So I'm going to see if I can play the whole thing. I'm going to do an Irish mountain mist, and then that's going to go into a Scottish dance called Bonnie Doon. It's from the 18th century. So you may recognize these two melodies. I just, because they're both real short, I just kind of did a 2-measure segue to get from one song to the next. And I hope you can see part of the instrument. It's kind of big here.
Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah. All right. That was great. Rick, you're next.
Okay. Well, I thought I would mention the background here, because not only does it give me a notion of the springtime rabbit with the rabbit ears above my head, but it also ties to music in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 4, 4 time. I pulled up, for a change, somebody else's poetry other than mine, and it says Top Irish Poets, and it's Pirate Column. And it says he was an Irish poet, novelist, dramatist, biographer, playwright, children's author, and collector of folklore. So, that's enough to keep you busy. And this particular one is called An Old Woman of the Roads. Oh, to have a little house, to own the hearth and stool and all, the heaped up sods upon the fire, the pile of turf against the wall, to have a clock with weights and chains and pendulum swinging up and down, a dresser filled with shining delphs, speckled in white and blue and brown. I could be busy all the day, clearing and sweeping hearth and floor, and fixing on the shelf again my white and blue and speckled store. I could be quiet there at night beside the fire and by myself, sure of a bed and loath to leave the ticking clock and the shining delph. I'm weary of mist and dark and roads where there's never a house nor bush, and tired I am of bog and road and the crying wind and the lonesome hush. And I'm praying to God on high, and I'm praying him night and day, for a little house, a house of my own, out of the winds and the rain's way.
Very nice one, Rick. Thank you. All right, Jim, would you give us something, sir?
Well, it is, after all, May Day. And so I'm going to give you a rendition of a song by a Celtic communist named Hamish Henderson. Rock the wind in the clear day dawning, blows the clouds Ilster Gowdy o'er the bay. But there's mair nor a rock wind blowing through the great glen of the world the day. It's a thought that would gather rotten all the rogues that gang gallows fresh and gay. Tak the road and seek the lonings, for their ill ploys to sport and play. Nay, mair will our bonny gallants march to war when our braggarts cruisely craw. Nor we weens, frae pitied and clacking, mourn the ships sailing down the broomy law. Broken families in lands we've harried will curse Scotland the brave, nae mair, nae mair. Black and white, ain till either merit, mark the vile barracks of the maesters bear. So come I, at him with freedom, never heed while the hoodies croak for doom. In your house, all the bairns Adam will find breed, barley brie and painted room. One MacLean meets we's friends in Springburn, all their roses and geens we turn to bloom. And the black lad frae out Nianga dings the fell gallows of the burghers Doon.
Fantastic rendition of that.
Well done, sir. Well done.
And Hamish Henderson was the catalyst for the folk revival in the 50s and 60s. Jeannie Robertson discovered all those people. So I was glad to hear he'd done some original stuff too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. We do a couple of his around here from time to time. The Banks of Sicily, yeah. Anyway, good one, Jim. Thank you. Gaia, would you give us something, please?
Well, I'm going to do that. However, I'm having sound issues on my end, so we'll see what happens. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, you sound fine from here.
Because I'm getting a lot of hissing when I hear others. I hear hissing, so I figure you'll hear hissing too, but we'll see what happens. It's the first time I've ever had this happen before, so I don't know. Okay. I'm going to mute for a second. This is going to be a James Taylor song. Well, the sun is slowly sinking down, but the moon is rising. This old world must still be spinning round, and I still love you. So close your eyes. You can close your eyes. It's all right. I don't know no love songs. I can't sing the blues anymore, but I can sing this song. You can sing this song when I'm gone. Know there's gonna be another day. We're gonna have a good time. Nobody can take that time away. You can stay as long as you'd like. So close your eyes. You can close your eyes. It's all right. I don't know no love songs. I can't sing the blues anymore, but I can sing this song. You can sing this song when I'm gone.
Ah, didn't see that coming. Nice one. Thank you.
Oh, you mean because I don't go on for hours?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I
Did you
think
hear? See,
that's-
I'm hearing a hissing in all the vocals. I'm hearing S's like, and so I figured you're probably hearing those too. I
It
don't know.
must be your speakers or your microphone,
must be-
because I'm not hearing a bit. Or
You're not
anybody
hearing me
else?
when I
No, we're not
sing.
hearing the hissing. No.
No,
No,
On
it's
the S-
sounding
good.
just fine.
Well,
I
I'm
play
hearing
in
it on
public.
everybody.
I play in public, so I hear hissing all the time. So I just blank it out.
I was going to say, other than
Very
response
cute.
to music, sibilants are absent.
Well, I kept it really short just in case you had to deal with the hissing.
You sounded
Yeah,
great.
I
You
want
sounded
to
great.
have the hissing without the booze. It doesn't-
All
Well, I'll be
right,
waiting
I'm
for
gonna
those.
move this on right now. So, okay, I'm gonna do this next one. If everyone would mute themselves. Um, it's a long story, but it's a short story. Basically, I was a very happy whistle player and vocalist in an itinerant way, playing with bands until about 5 years ago when David Polachek thrust a ukulele in my hand, and it's been downhill ever since. And in the last 9 months, I've been working on this masterpiece here, which is a Fender body electric guitar that combines both the magnetics of an electric guitar and an acoustic setup through a preamp that's built in under the pick guard. So I'm going to be on acoustic mode today. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do this song, Scottish song. Sorry, an Irish song. And if you heard the Gitlele before, I apologize, but it's basically a ukulele with 2 extra strings. South wind of the gentle rain, you banish winter weather, bring salmon to the pool again. The bees among the heather. If northward now you mean to blow, as you rise so soft above me, Godspeed be with you as you go, and a kiss for those that love me. From south I come with velvet breeze, my word, oh, nature blesses. I mount the snow and I strew the leaves with flowers and warm caresses. I'll help you to dispel your woes with joy. I take your greeting. and bear it to your love, may oh, upon my wing so fleeting. My Connaught famed for wine and play, so Leo, so gay, so loving. Here's my fond kiss that I send today, borne on the wind in its roving. Those Munster folk are good and kind, right royally they treat me. But this land I'll gladly leave behind, with your Connaught pipe to greet me. South wind of the gentle rain, you banish winter weather, bring salmon to the pool again, the bees among the heather. If northward now you mean to blow, as you rustle soft above me, Godspeed be with you as you go, and a kiss for those that love me.
Well, that was nice and strummy.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
very nice sound, unexpected from that guitar. That's very nice.
And remarkably harp-like.
For those of you counting out there, it's basically a regular guitar with the capo on the 5th fret, and you're just playing above that. So you can be a guitarlele too. So
I think Pete Seeger pronounced it capo, and the rest is history because it's not really pronounced capo.
okay, thank you. And in
Can I
answer
ask
to
you-
Rick,
Can I ask you what
Yeah.
a ukulele with 2 extra strings on a guitar body strikes me as a guitar. So is it because it's tuned like a ukulele?
it's basically tuned. Yeah, it's
My dog has fleas all the way.
no, it's D A. It's a ADGCEA.
Yeah. Okay.
So
We've had long discussions of this. The tuning is basically the same as the requinto, which is a Mexican instrument invented by the guy in Los Panchos.
yeah. Anyway, it's a nice.
But
It's
there
a
is a
nice,
ukulele. It's the same tuning, but it sounds different on a ukulele body. This is a strange hybrid. I think
Yeah,
you should come up with a brand new name for it.
You can basically playing birds numbers from the 70s and 80s because
Right, yeah, it sounds like that. I think you should call it the Stewart.
Okay, I will. We got 3 more people in the circle. So Rick, send me a reminder. What about Mary Jane? She's coming. But first, we have John Charles Daly. So please, sir, take it away.
Yes. How you doing? I want to get a lele someday too. I've never heard of that. That's a fun term. I want to do, I'll do the Jim Croce song from way back, which I just did spring cleaning like I never have. 80% of my apartment has been reclaimed. So in that, I was throwing out a bunch of letters and stuff like that. And this song came up in my mind from Jim Croce. photographs and memories, Christmas cards you sent to me. All that I have are these to remember you. Memories that come at night take me to another time, back to a happier day when I called you mine. But we sure had a good time when we started way back when. Morning walks and bedroom talks, oh how I loved you then. Summer skies and lullabies, nights we couldn't say goodbye, and of all the things that we knew, not a dream survived. Photographs and memories, all the love you gave to me, somehow it just can't be true. That's all I've left of you. But we sure had a good time when we started way back when. Morning walks and bedroom talks, oh how I loved you then. That's it. Photographs and memories, Jim Crochet.
That's very nice. Very sweet.
That did not wake my dog up, I tell you that, sir. There she is.
Yeah.
That was great.
Thank you.
Mary Jane.
Okay, it's good to see all of you again. I'm going to do a Scottish song by a guy named George Scroggie. It's from the 19th century about whaling. It's called A Farewell to Tarwathie. And it's the music is a traditional tune, but I don't know what it's called. So he wrote the words, but not the tune. It's a whaling song. Farewell to Tarwathie, adieu Mormon Hill, and the dear land of Crimmon, I'll bid you farewell. I'm bound out for Greenland and ready to sail, in hopes to find riches in hunting the whale. Adieu to my comrades, for while we must part, and likewise the dear lass that fair won my heart. The cold ice of Greenland my love will not chill, and the longer my absence, the more loving she'll feel. Our ship is well rigged and she's ready to sail. Our crew, they are anxious to follow the whale, where the icebergs do float and the stormy winds blow, where the land and the ocean king of that country is the fierce Greenland bear. There will be no temptation to tarry long there. With our ship bumper full, we will homeward repair. Fare thee well to Tarwathie, adieu Mormon Hill. Farewell to Tarwathie, adieu Mormon Hill.
Oh, interesting song.
That's
It's about the same as the Wagoner's Lad.
it's also the same as My Heart's in the Highlands.
Oh,
Burns
right.
song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
My Heart's in the Highlands.
The same tune. But I can't say that Burns was a notorious
Yeah.
writer of new lyrics to old tunes.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so it's just like Woody Guthrie. So I don't know where the old tune comes from.
And Bob Dylan, who gave us Farewell Angelina.
Yeah, indeed.
I was making whale sounds while you were playing, Mary Jane. So.
Well, the interesting thing about that song is it only has 2 chords.
Yeah.
And I
You-
like songs like I don't seek them out, but this one turned out that it was a lot easier to learn for the group.
You can throw in a couple more if you want to, but you don't have to. So.
Yeah, that's kind of like Stuart's liking.
Yeah, that's right.
Good for a
Okay, on the
ukulele player.
last on the circle here today is Ed, who likes to come up last to tell us what we just did. So, Ed, take it away.
Oh, the elusive unmute button. Can you hear me? Okay. Irish mountain mist, rising as the sun does, softening the break of day, whereas it is Irish. The views brilliant as the day is new. The hills and the valleys, fresh with dew, green all over. Now the rabbits are behind Irish poetry. On to have a dwelling with all that keeps me busy all day, at rest thereafter, ready to be off the road, out of the wind and the rain today. Bumped into a Celtic communist. Nor, nary, broken families, black and white, came the strife. Going forward, good times coming, close your eyes. Can't sing blues anymore. Acoustic, electric, Scottish, Irish, wind of the gentle rain, raining acoustic with 2 extra strings. Soft you are about. So they come with warm caresses upon wings, soaring in the moment. A journey we have to follow, strung along by 2 strings more. The wind carries us along, the greeting, I am ready, the warmth, the kiss for those who love me. 80% gone, Christmas cards to remember. Back to a good time. Conversations in the morn, walks in the day, photographs, memories remain. Wail of a song, farewell, dear land. Hopes to find riches in the demise of whales. Ship well rigged, crew is ready. Kazoo tells the other side, whales can hide. Sailors without temptation seems like an oxymoron.
So that was written about 5 minutes ago?
Correct. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And that's what Ed does. Gives us a new way to look at what we've experienced, which in the immediate aftermath, which is a rare thing. So thank you for that. All right, we're back to the top. We've been round once, and it's back to David. Take it away, sir. And if your good wife wants to chime in, she's welcome to join as well.
So this is continuing with my theme of May Day, and it's a piece called Staines Morris, which I learned from a recording by Martin Carthy. I think the tune's very old. Come, you young men, come along with your music, dance, and song. Bring your lasses in your hands, for 'tis now that love commands. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. 'Tis that bright time of the year when the violets first appear, and the rose receives its birth, and the pretty primrose decks the earth. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. And when you well reckoned have the kisses you your sweetheart gave, take them back again and more, it will never make them poor. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. And when you thus have spent your time, and the day is past its prime, to your bed repair at night, and dream there of your day's delight. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday. Then to the Maypole haste away, for 'tis now our holiday.
There's a Maypole song for you.
What was the name of that?
Staines Morris.
Staines.
Staines Morris.
Yeah, I think it's in the town of Staines in in West London, near London Heathrow Airport. I'm guessing, but could be wrong.
Sounds like it could be for a Morris dance too.
Yeah, or it could be Staines up on the coast of Northumbria, which is probably more likely. Anyway, homework, people, homework. So, anyway, good stuff. Terry, take it away.
Okay. Here's another coal miner song from the north of England, I think. And it's also a ghost story, a cautionary tale. So it's either political or theological, I don't know which. A dialogue, I'll tell you, as true as me life, between a coal owner and a poor pitman's wife, as she went a-walking all on the highway. she met a coal owner, and this she did say, "Derry down, 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 Derry down." "Good morning, Lord Fire Dump," the woman she cried. "I'll do you no harm, so don't be afraid. But if you'd been where I'd been for most of me life, well, you wouldn't turn pale at a poor pitman's wife. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Derry down, 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 Derry down." "Then where do you come from?" the owner he cried. "I've come up from hell," the poor woman replied. "Well, if you come up from hell, then tell me quite plain just how you contrived to get out again. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Derry down, 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 Derry down." "The way I got out, sir, the truth I will tell. They're turning the poor folk all out of hell. And this to make way for the rich, wicked race." Took me a long time to say that without getting my tongue tied. Rich, wicked race. "For there are a great number of them in that place. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Derry down, 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 Derry down." And the coal owners are all are the next on command to arrive in hell, as I understand. For I hear the old devil say, as I come out, the coal owners all had received their out. Derry down, 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 Derry down, Derry down, 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 Derry down. To the coal owner I say, now take my advice. Agree with your men and give them a fair price. And if you don't, then I know very well you'll be in great danger of going to hell. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Good woman, cried the owner, I'll bid you farewell. You give me a dismal account about hell. And if this is all true, then that you say unto me, I'll be off like a whippet with my men to agree. Derry down, 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 Derry down. Derry down, 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 Derry down.
What's that
Would've
mean,
been off-
Derry
Would have been
down
off
like
like
that?
a whippet.
A whippet. It took me a while to figure out what a whippet was.
Oh, I know that one.
Yeah. You get a greyhound and you whip it into shape. Come on, Terry.
Absolutely, Terry.
Somebody said, what does Derry down mean?
Yeah, what's that mean there?
Absolutely nothing.
All right.
It's a typical filler verse in a lot of English folk songs, like
Oh, all right.
Whippet
then.
is a
the
dog
Twa
breed.
Corbies, the Two Crows, Derry down, 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 Derry down.
That's what Paul Simon used to
Derry
do.
down, Derry down, Derry down.
All right
It's when
then.
you can't think of the words.
Yeah, Paul
Then you
Simon
just
did
start
it all
singing
the
Derry down, and
Oh, of
everything.
course.
Paul
That's
Simon did it all the time in his early songs. So
fill in the blanks. Yeah.
yeah. Do, and all that stuff. All right, Kenneth Purcell has joined us, so I'm gonna have Rory go, and then Joe go, and then Ken, you're up in three, if that's okay with you. So, and let's get back to normal order, and Rory is actually next, and then Joe. So,
All right, so I'm going to try to do something I've not done before, and that's to play bagpipes and guitar at the same time, but not quite the way you're going to hear it. I'm going to use my electronic chanter to do the musical interlude. So tell me if you can hear this. Can you hear that?
It's a little faint.
Kind of 10% level in your volume. A little better.
Okay.
A little better.
All right. So now we've done the sound check. I'm going to do a song about not a very happy time in the Scottish Highlands called the Highland Clearances. It's kind of appropriate what's going on in Ukraine, except it was, anyway. So this song was written by Joe Corey of the Coreys, and it's called Island Earth, and it's about awful things like ethnic cleansing. And this actually uses in a couple of the verses real things that happened. The Duke of Sutherland was kicking his people off his land for sheep, and he sent a man called Mr. Sellers in to kick them out, and he would say, "You've got to leave by tonight." And they did, and they went into the woods, and then he came back 2 days later, and Mr. Sellers came back, and then he burned the house down in front of them. So the second thing was when they finally were being shipped off, the Duke of Sutherland, in his generosity, let them have a little half mile of land by about a mile beyond the railroad tracks, and that's where they had to camp until the ship came to take them. So those appear in this song. Uplifting, but we're gonna do. No more hear the linnet churning, song of town or cattle turning, just the dirge of hearts in morning. Island earth for folk no longer. Black and roofless are our homesteads, light as day the night around, with the blood-red flames of despots. Island earth for folk no more. Island earth for folk no longer. Graze the sheep for tyrant lords, twixt the boards to seal the landless. Island earth for folk no more. Dark and fair and young and pretty, to the harbor go like cattle. Tease you with your mercy, guide them. Island earth for folk no longer.
I love the sound of the electronic chanter there.
That's great.
Quite mellow.
Yeah,
beautiful.
and I bought it as a practice instrument because it's very, very accurate for your fingering. But then the band that I play in liked it, and I put it through a PA with a wah-wah pedal and play some blues on it.
Oh, great. Now that's iPhone Kiss, isn't it, the tune?
That's correct. Good, excellent. That's right.
Yeah, very, very good. Beautiful. All right, well, that was different. Welcome, Sam. We'll get you in shortly. Joe is next, and then Ken.
All right, I'm going to do the Maid of the Sweet Brown Now. And we'll try that in the key of G for those playing along at home. Come all you lads and lassies and listen to me a while. I'll sing to you a verse or two that's sure to make you smile. Concerning a young man I'm going to tell you now, who has lately come a-courting the maid of the sweet brown now. This young man says, my pretty maid, will you come along with me? We'll both fly off together and happy we will be. We'll join our hands in wedlock bands, and I'm speaking with you now, and I'll do my best endeavor for the maid of the sweet brown now. This fair and fickle young thing, she knew not what to say. Her eyes did shine like diamonds bright, and merrily did play. She says, young man, your love's subdue, for I'm not ready now, and I'll spend another season at the foot of the sweet brown now. The young man says, my pretty maid, how can you answer so? See, down in yonder valley where my crops do gently grow, down in yonder valley I have horses, men, and plow, and they're at their daily labor for the maid of the sweet brown now. If they're at their daily labor, kind sir, 'tis not for me. I've heard of your behavior, I have indeed, said she. There is an inn where you call in, and I've heard the people say that you rep and you call and you pay for all and come home at the break of day. If I rap and I call and I pay for all, the money's all my own. I'll never spend your fortune, for I hear that you've got none. You thought you had me port out one by meeting with you now, but I'll leave you where I found you, at the maid of the sweet brown bow. I like that line, if you rep and you call and you pay for all.
Thank you. Thank you for your brevity, Joe, as well. She's chef's kiss in a musical ensemble, yes. Welcome, Marlene. We'll have you come in a couple of people in front of you as well.
Yeah, you hadn't figured out that Sam was really Marlene. Huh?
Yeah, well,
I was going to say something.
It's a mixed up something world. Anyway, that's the Kinks, by the way. Anyway, let's go with Ken. Ken, please take it away.
Hello, all. I had a question. How is today's festival pronounced?
Help.
It looks like Beltane, but I've heard it pronounced Bialtane, but maybe it's something else too. Anybody know? It's one of the cross-border.
I've heard it pronounced Beltane. Just Beltane.
Beltane.
I know
Beltane. Yeah.
Okay, so this group doesn't know.
It's when they built the first workers, I believe.
So anyway, well, I'll take up the slack by not being brief. Usually I'm pretty brief myself, but this it's finally spring in Pennsylvania. Hallelujah. And so yesterday I was up with my banjo buddy playing at a Civil War event that's only about 2 miles from my house. And we were brushing up some stuff that we hadn't done in a long time. And I'm still a little rusty on the lyrics of this, but we'll check out this. It's called Letters from America. And it's based on some brothers found a trunk in an attic, and it had a lot of old letters in it, and they put this song together from it. It's also called Kilkelly, Ireland. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1860, my dear and loving son John. Your good friend, the schoolmaster, Pat McNamara, so kind as to write these words down. Now your brothers have all gone to find work in England. The house is so lonesome and sad. The prophet is sorely infected, the third half of them bad. And your sister Bridget and Patrick O'Donnell are going to be married come June. Your mother says not to find work on the railway. Will you be coming home soon? Kilkelly, Ireland, 1870, my dear and loving son John. Hello to your missus and to your 4 children, may they grow healthy and strong. Michael has got in a wee bit of trouble, I guess that he never will learn. Because of the dampness, there's no turf to speak of, now we've nothing to burn. And Bridget is happy, you named a child for her, you know she's got 6 of her own. You say you haven't work, but you don't say what kind. When will you be coming home? Kilkenny, Ireland, 1880, dear Michael and my sons. I'm sorry to give you the very sad news that your dear old mother's passed on. We buried her at the church in Kilkelly, down by the old churchyard. Whoops, wrong verse. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1880, dear Michael and John, my sons. I'm sorry to give you the very sad news that your dear old mother passed on. We buried her at the church in Kilkelly, down by the I'm losing it. She was a strong and a feisty old gal, considering I saw her. So good to hear that our Michael's returning with money he's sure to buy land. For the crop has been poor and the people are selling at any price they can. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1890, my dear loving son John. Oh well, derailment, total derailment. my mind.
It happens to all of us. Once you get off the rails, you just keep on going. It's
Since I used to have about 200 songs in my repertoire, but boy, oh boy, it's slipping.
Yeah, when you get off the rails, you just got to enjoy the ride down the hill until you crash.
You just do what Van Morrison does.
I sang the mistaken verse again as a mistaken verse, and I knew I was in trouble then. But
Van Morrison
it's a
just
grand
makes.
song when I get it out.
Van
It
Morrison
sounded
just,
great to me up to that point. Everything's fine.
Van Morrison just makes
It
words
gets
up
better,
if
but
it forgets. But I have to mention when that song was done when I was living in Hong Kong with a bunch of Irish expats in high professional positions in the government, the police. There would be 56-year-old men weeping in the audience when someone really brought that one home. So yeah, it's got a lot of power in that song.
Yeah, I've had audiences weep to that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a sad one, and then everyone dies, and they don't meet up. Okay, end of song. Okay, let's move on. I'm got, let's see, that's Sandy next, then Rick, then Marlene. So Sandy.
Okay, I don't know a whole lot of Celtic songs on my native flute, so I transcribed a couple of songs this morning that I'd heard you guys play at one of the other Celtic song circles, and one of them is called Johnny's on the Sea, and one of them is called The Green Bed. And I just found the tunes online, and there was lots of variation in how the melodies go. So I picked the melodies I liked and played them the way I liked, just kind of put the phrasing how the words go. And then when it ends, it says, last night my daughter Polly lay a dreaming of thee. And then when it ends, then I'm going to do a dream. I added 8 measures of original material for the dream at the end. But this will be Johnny's on the Sea, Green Bed, back to Johnny's on the Sea, and then the original. And I will be attempting this on a black walnut Native American flute with inlaid turquoise on it. Oh. It's in the Dorian mode. Mine was doing it in C-sharp Dorian.
F sharp there, harmonize well. So.
Sharp Dorian, okay. A brief announcement since Marlene just asked. Our schedules have gotten unfortunately confusing, but we try to have a Terry's song session on Saturday on the alternate weekend from the Celtic or Stone Soup sessions on Sunday. So this is Sunday. We're having a Celtic session, as you noticed. And next week on Saturday, a special scheduled Terry song session on Saturday, nada on Sunday. And then the following week, we'll be back on track with a Stone Soup Sunday session on Sunday. But the links are all in the email. And I understand that, I really had a hard time setting up a schedule that would make sense, and as a result it doesn't make sense. And I apologize for that.
That's okay. In 1752 they got rid of 13 days in one go when they shifted from the Julian to the Gregorian calendar. Anyway, look it up. You missed half a month in October. So it's better than that. So, Rick, you are up next, and then Marlene. So, Rick.
Okay, well, I wanted to mention to David, he was on about the aftermath, and aftermath comes physics. So there's that. And then, as far as today's date in ham radio, which I've been in 62 years this year, May Day means something totally different, which Stuart alluded to, which is help.
Yeah, it's
My
the French
wedding
word,
anniversary, which
Mayday.
is
Yeah.
helpful.
And that comes from the French.
Yes,
Midday.
definitely.
Aid me. Help me.
It goes back even before Rick.
Yes, even before. My next one is by Patrick Kavanagh, On Raglan Road. It says he was an Irish poet and novelist. His best known works include the novel Tarry Flynn and the poems On Raglan Road and The Great Hunger. He's known for his accounts of Irish life through reference to the everyday and commonplace. He also played as a goalkeeper for his local Gaelic football club. So, here goes the poem. On Raglan Road, on an autumn day, I met her first and knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I might one day rue. I saw the danger, yet I walked along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we tripped lightly along the ledge of the deep ravine where can be seen the worth of passion's pledge. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts and I not making hay. Oh, I love too much, and by such and such is happiness thrown away. I gave her gifts of the mind. I gave her the secret sign that's known to the artists who have known the true gods of sound and stone and word and tint. I did not stint, for I gave her poems to say, with her own name there and her own dark hair, like clouds over fields of May. On a dark street where old ghosts meet, I see her walking now away from me. So hurriedly my reason must allow that I had wooed not as I should a creature made of clay. When the angel woos the clay, he'd lose his wings at the dawn of day.
Yeah, great one. Great one.
Yeah, very good.
I was actually going to sing that song, but I changed my mind. That was next up on my ticket. So good
Are you
minds think
serious?
alike.
Because it's a great song. It's like the Lakes of Pontchartrain. It has the same tune. And the
Yeah.
Lily of the West is the same tune.
Yeah.
You mean that poem as a song?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It has a different rhyming pattern. It goes A, B, B, A.
Yeah. I might do it anyway if that won't offend you, Rick. So. Okay.
I have no offense. I did see the Austin Lounge Lizards last night inside a church.
Yeah.
So I can't be offended by anything.
All right. Sounds good.
They're still alive?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
just like you and me.
Yeah.
Okay, Marlene, will you give us something, please?
Carrickfergus. I didn't realize it was Celtic, so I had something. I looked for something. Okay, Charlotte Church has the shortened version, and then there's a long version. I'll see. Okay, maybe a mixture. I wish I was in Carrickfergus, where the castle looks out to sea. I would swim over the deepest ocean for my love to be with me. But the sea is wide and I can't swim over, nor have I the wings to fly. I wish I had a handsome boatman to ferry me over my love and I wish I was in the land of Arak, where the mountains reach to the sea, where flowers blossom, as I do remember, where my true love came to me. But the sea is wide, and I can't swim over, nor have I the wings, no wings to cry. To be back now in Carrickfergus, to be together, my love and I, to be together, my love and I wish I was in Carrickfergus, to be together, my love and I. But the sea is wide, and I can't swim over. Neither have I the wings to fly. I wish I had a handsome boatman to ferry me over, my love and I. The other version, the adult version. For I'm drunk today and I'm seldom sober. Not Charlotte's. A handsome rover from town to town. But I'm sick now, my days are numbered. Come all ye young men and lay me down. Now in Kilkenny it is reported, on marble stone there is black as ink. With gold and silver I would support her, but I'll sing no more now till I get a drink. Okay, it's enough with the drunkard.
All right.
I always prefer the unsanitized versions.
That was done cold. I didn't have enough time to prepare. I didn't know it was Celtic night. Okay.
I heard that Peter.
Celtic women are not going to be singing about being drunk today.
I heard that Peter O'Toole and Brendan Behan had a lot to do with that, those extra verses being in there. So anyway,
I don't know.
thank you for that, Marlene. That was great.
Stuart, did you see my chat to you?
No. Your chat to me.
Oh, I just basically told you.
Yeah, you're next.
Oh.
I basically put Marlene in the place of Jim, who'd gone away. So you're up.
Wow. Okay. Well, here I am. So I changed computers to get a better sound because I'm having sound issues on my end with the people that I'm hearing. And so when Marlene just performed, the sound is worse than it was on the iPad. So I don't know what that's about. And
It gets really confusing. I think Marlene was a little too close to the mic, and that's why Marlene was sounding like that. But you sound just fine, and you did before. So I think there must have been a problem with your speaker or headphones on the previous computer. But you're okay now, I do believe.
I don't use any headphones on anything, so it can be.
Okay.
But I'm also hearing a feedback on my own voice, but I noticed that after somebody just muted, it went away. So I'll go ahead and sing. I'm going to do, earlier I was going to do a Sting song, but then Marlene did it, so I'll do a different Sting song. This one's called Shapes of My Heart. I want to do it because I'm starting to forget it. I haven't sang it for a while, and I don't want to forget it because I love the song. I've got original sound on, yes, and the volume. I'm just checking my volume. I don't want this to be too loud and distort. I'll sing softly. He deals the cards as a meditation. Those he plays never suspect. He doesn't play for the money he wins. He don't play for respect. Deals the cards to find an answer. The sacred geometry of chance. The hidden laws of a probable outcome. The numbers lead a dance. I know the spades, they're the swords of a soldier. I know the clubs, they are weapons of war. I know the diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. No, that's not the shape of my heart. He may play the jack of diamonds. He may lay the queen of spades. He may conceal a king in his hand while the memory of it fades. I know that spades, they're the swords of a soldier. I know that clubs, they're the weapons of war. I know that diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. No, that's not the shape of my heart. And if I told you that I loved you, you maybe think that something's wrong. I'm not a man of too many faces. The mask I wear is one. But those who speak know nothing and find out to their cost, like those who curse their luck in too many places, and those who fear are lost. I know that spades are the swords of a soldier. I know the clubs, they are weapons of war. I know the diamonds mean money for this art, but that's not the shape of my heart. No, that's not the shape of my heart. That's not the shape of my heart. I hope the sound was okay on that.
It sounded great. Thank you for
Fun,
that.
fun. Yeah.
Cool. All right. It is I. There's a weird thing going on this afternoon. I was going to do Raglan Road, and then Rick did it. I'm still going to do Raglan Road. And I said, well, because Rick's doing Raglan Road, I'm going to switch to my next song, which was a Yeats poem to the tune of Carrickfergus. And Marlene does Carrickfergus, so cosmic connectivity. So we're going to do Raglan Road. And Ken wasn't here when I introduced the guitarlele, the electric acoustic guitarlele, so I showed him there. Anyway, we'll talk about it later, Ken. But this is Raglan Road done on an electric acoustic guitarlele. So you heard it here first. And when we went to Ireland a few years ago, we sat in one of the pubs near the Liffey that Patrick sat at. You know he sat there because there's a marble impression of him by your feet. Why? I mean, it's a plaque, so not a person. Anyway. One of several pubs where he wrote poems, evidently. Okay, here it goes. On Raglan Road on an autumn day, I saw her first, and I knew that her dark hair would weave a snare that I may one day rue. I saw the danger, and I passed along the enchanted way, and I said, let grief be a fallen leaf at the dawning of the day. On Grafton Street in November, we trip lightly along the ledge of a deep ravine where can be seen the worth of passion's pledge. The Queen of Hearts still making tarts, and I not making hay. Oh, I love too much, and my such by such is happiness thrown away. I gave her the gifts of the mind, I gave her the secret signs that's known to the artists who have known the true gods of sound and stone. With word and tint, without stint, I gave her poems to say, with our own name there and our own dark hair, like cloud or fields of May. On a quiet street where old ghosts meet, I see her walking now, away from me so hurriedly, my reason must allow that I had loved not as I should, a creature made of clay. When the angel woos the clay loose his wings at the dawn of the day.
10 words, that's all, only difference.
Well, here's my problem. I first learned this from the Chieftains album with Van Morrison, and Van Morrison forgot the words. So he would just make up lines. And, and everyone knows that the correct version of any song you learn is the one you first hear. So I've been trying to retrofit it to the original ever since without total success. But
Very good.
thank you. All right. It is now a real guitar player, John Charles Daly. Please take it away.
Well, I always feel like a fake because I never took lessons. It's funny. Yeah. Well, I apologize. I don't have a lot of Celtic tunes in my head, although presumably I should. So I'm going to do this one anyway. This other one, this one by Brad Wall's kid. Who's Brad Wall is the premier of Saskatchewan in Canada, and he was had a kid in '95 called Coulter Wall, and I probably did this before, but I just love this song. It's called Caroline by him, and it goes like buzzing. There we go. There's a place where the sun does shine and the birds keep time with the pines up yonder. That's the home of my Caroline. She's dancing in the sky. Oh, how sweet when we meet on the golden streets of the great wide valley. These old chains around my feet, they're pulling me back down. Caroline, oh Caroline, I'll be home just any old time. The grave in the garden won't be satisfied till your name's next to mine. Caroline, oh Caroline, I'll be home just at any old time. The grave in the garden won't be satisfied till your name's next to mine. There's a place where the sun doth shine and the birds keep time with the pines up yonder. That's the home of my Caroline. She's dancing in the sky. Caroline, oh Caroline, I'll be home just at any old time. The grave in the garden won't be satisfied till your name's next to mine. Caroline, oh Caroline, I'll be home just at any old time. The grave in the garden won't be satisfied till your name's next to mine. That's it. That's Caroline by a guy named Coulter Wall. Yeah.
That was sweet. Sorry.
So good things can come from Canada.
It was a secret till now, but yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to excuse Rick, my Canadian friend.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Noted.
He's a diehard.
With a vengeance.
He's an old man with a ham radio, you know.
Oh, now that's interesting. Yes. Years on the ham radio. You're around the world with that. Yeah.
All right. We're going to have, so Mike's joined us. Hey, Mike. We're going to have Mary Jane and then Mike Halley would after that. So Mary Jane. Oh, well, yeah, while we're doing this, during this interruption, I am going to have to leave in about 30 minutes. I will write down the sequence of the performers on the chat so you can see where you are after I've gone. So, but where was I? Mary Jane, take it away.
I'm going to do a song of the working man, but it's a different sort of a theme than you normally hear on May Day or Labor Day. This one's called The Sick Note by Pat Cooksey, and it's to the tune of the traditional In the Garden Where the Praties Grow. Dear sir, I write this note to you to tell you of me plight, and at the time of writing I am not a pretty sight. Me body is all black and blue, me face a deathly gray, and I write this note to say why Patty's not at work today. While working on the 14th floor, some bricks I had to clear. Now to throw them down from such a height was not a good idea. The foreman wasn't very pleased, he was an awkward sod, and he said I'd have to cart them down the ladders in me hod. Now clearing all these bricks by hand, it was so very slow, so I hoisted up a barrel and secured the rope below. But in me haste to do the job, I was too blind to see that a barrel full of building bricks was heavier than me. So when I untied the rope, the barrel fell like lead, and clinging tightly to the rope, I started up instead. Well, I shot up like a rocket. To my dismay, I found that halfway up I met the bloody barrel coming down. shoulder as to the ground it sped. And when I reached the top, I banged the pulley with my head. I clung on tight through numb shock from this almighty blow, and the barrel spilled out half the bricks 14 floors below. Now when these bricks had fallen from the barrel to the floor, I then outweighed the barrel, so I started down once more. Still clinging tightly to the rope, I sped towards the ground, and I landed on the broken bricks that were all scattered round. Well, I lay there groaning on the ground, I thought I'd passed the worst, when the barrel hit the pulley wheel and then the bottom burst. Well, a shower of bricks rained down on me, I hadn't got a hope. As I lay there moaning on the ground, I let go the bloody rope. The barrel then being heavier, it started down once more and landed right across me as I lay upon the floor. Well, it broke 3 ribs in my left arm, and I can only say that I hope you'll understand why Patty's not at work today.
Yay! We understand.
Occupational safety promotional song.
They told him not to, they told him to carry it in a hod, which is a 3-sided box. That sounds like it'd be pretty hard to do, coming up and down a ladder.
It's good upper body work. That's what it is.
Did you say it would be hard to do?
Oh.
Oh dear.
Patty learns a lesson in physics the hard way.
Ah.
A hard way.
A hard way. Ah, I got it. Thank you. Okay, moving right on. Quickly. We've got Mike, Halle, and then Philippa has also joined us. So it'll be Mike, and then Philippa, and then Ed. So Mike.
All right.
Give us something.
So we're in May, so I'm not sure if maybe somebody already would have sung May Morning Dew, but I'll do it if it hasn't been sung. How pleasant in winter to sit by the hub, just listening to the barks and the howls of the dog, or to run through the green fields where wild daisies grew, to pluck the wild flowers in the May morning dew. When summer is coming, when summer is near, with the trees all so green and the sky bright and clear, and the wee birds all singing their loved ones to woo, and the young flowers springing in the May morning dew. I remember the old folk, all now dead and gone, and likewise my 2 brothers, young Dennis and John, how we ran through the heather, the wild hare to pursue, and the proud deer we hunted in the May morning dew. Of the house I was born in, there's but a stone on a stone, and likewise the garden wild thistles have grown, and gone are the neighbors that I once knew. No more will we wander in the May morning dew.
Oh,
There you
Mike,
go.
that was so good. Yay.
Great job, Mike. Thank you. No one had done that before, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah, nailed it. Excellent. All right, Philippa, would you care to give us a song, please?
Okay, I am going to sing The Convict of Clonmel. It's a translation from the Irish, but some of the Irish verses are more detailed. There's a couple of different versions, and in one, the prisoner is going to be executed for desertion, and the other version, it's not so specific, but it mentions the white boys, and they were agrarian campaigners who were quite vicious in their methods. So the the reason I've been singing this song this week is because I was reading about three men who were executed on May 3rd, 1766, and they were accused of being in the White Boys and accused of having murdered somebody, John Bridges. And the song in the Irish version mentions our three heads on spikes, but there's only one person named, and he wasn't one of those three men that were hanged on May 3rd. But I still thought it's a song about the same subject, so sort of time the commemoration. How hard is my fortune, and vain my repining. The strong rope of death for this young neck is twining. My strength has departed, my cheek sunk and sallow, as I languish in chains in the jail of Clonmala. No boy in the village was ever yet milder. I could play with a child and my sport be no wilder. I dance without tiring from morning till even, and my gold ball I'd strike to the lightning of heaven. At my bed foot decaying, my Hurley is lying. 'Mongst the lads of the village, my gold ball is flying. My horse 'mongst the neighbours, neglected may follow, while this heart once so gay lies cold in Clonmala. Next Sunday the pattern at home will be keeping. The lads of the village the fields will be sweeping. The dance of the maidens the evening will hallow, while this heart, young and gay, lies cold in Clonmala. Sinead.
Brilliant.
Thank you, Philippa. Very nice.
Well done, Philippa.
Yeah. All right, very good. All right, we're getting close to the 4 o'clock hour, and Ed's going to finish off this round. Ed Seymour. So, where you go?
All right. Tune, very old indeed. Off on a jig we go. Come along, enjoy the holiday. Violets proclaim, Maypole, haste, away, all engage, dance today. May is here. Here is cheer. Recall the Maypole. On repeat. Coal mining ghost. Ghost coal owner. Dairy, dairy down. Good morning, don't be afraid. I've come up from hell. Dairy, dairy down. They're turning out the old or the poor out of hell, making room for the 1%. Coal owners coming soon. Soon you will go. Agree with your men, give them a fair price, otherwise it will not be. Coal miners union was formed. No more dirge of the morning. Homes no more. Island earth no more. Sheep rise higher, as do prophets. Scorched earth was homes first. Scottish wealth cares not for us. Shipping out we will be soon. Not soon enough for them. Lads and lassies, young men, went a courting. Sweet brown lass. She said, not ready. Staying here now. Trust, I don't leave now. Kilkelly, Ireland, 1870. Brothers left Ireland. Brother said, you will work on the railway. There's nothing here to learn. When you come home, a tale of woe, I tell you, mother passed on. Michael coming back. The bubble in price top. Johnny on the sea floating with walnut inlays of turquoise. The waves began calm, and as the wind picks up, sails catch, which means movement requires decision of which way to go, and go we do. To where? We find out later. Raglan Road. Saw danger, tripped briefly, loved too much. Gifts of the mind gave her poems, dark hair, wooed. I should have not done this. Wish I was on the sea with my love. Wish I could be blooming where love I could see. Handsome lover in each and every town. Morals are overrated, really. Meditation does not play for respect. Hidden laws, an outcome one can predict. My heart does not comply. Cards, he may play. All suits don't match my heart. Those who speak know nothing. Gambling, I do not. Rambling road, first I say, forecast. I did say to myself, who I must someday find in passion, Queen of Hearts, making hearts, but I'm not making hay. Give I did to her, I gave her reasons to stay, say she did not, dash she did. Creature made of clay will not stay. Place where the sun doesn't shine, my place in Caroline. Grave in the garden next to mine, secure true love. Caroline dances in the sky, and I'll be home any old time. Patty, not at work today. Bricks by hand was not a go. Untied ropes, holding bricks, met it halfway, a bloody negotiation. It was. There was a fight between my head and the pulley. Fell, I did. Then the barrel fell. Hope you comprehend. I'm not at work today. Run through the green fields in May, flowers appear, colors and flowers and birds abound. A run through a chasing we did, young at play. And then language and change. Was not dangerous, not I. High horse accused me, it seems. This
Ed,
yes.
we can't understand you when you're looking off to your right and reading. It's just like,
Oh my.
You have to face straight ahead.
Okay. That's the first it's ever been that way, I guess. So I will declare myself done.
Very good.
You're muted, Stuart.
Stuart, you're muted.
You're very subtle.
I said I was being very subtle, but I was too subtle.
Too subtle.
You might just check your. I don't know if you have original sound on your recording.
Oh, I think it was just off the mic was the problem.
Okay. Anyway, thank you for that. We heard. I heard most of all of it. All right. I got to go in about 10 minutes. So I've turned over the control of this group to Terry, and I will just introduce David to kick the next round off, and then I will turn it over to Terry from here on. So, please, David.
Thank you, Stuart. So, continuing with the May theme, there are quite a few songs that begin with the words that are something like, "As I roved out on a May morning." And this is one of them. It's called "Searching for Lambs." It's a very old song. And I should mention that for some reason there doesn't appear to be much searching going on, and certainly no lambs are found during the course of the song. But it's a nice song anyway. As I roved out one May morning betime, I met a maid from home had strayed just as the sun did shine. What makes you leave so soon, my dear? Your journey to pursue. Your pretty little feet, they tread so sweet, strike off the morning dew. I go to find my father's flocks, his young and tender lambs, that over hills and over dales go searching for their dams. Oh stay, you handsome maid, and rest a moment here, for there is none save you alone that I do love so dear. How gloriously the sun does shine, how pleasant is the air. I'd rather rest in a true love's breast than any other where.
that song.
All right. I'm going to leave it with Terry, so I don't. So there's
Okay.
not a rude interruption in the middle of the flow. You know, we'd hate that to happen.
No rude interruptions without you. I mean, well, I have fixed the order of the pictures in the order in which we are taking turns, so you can tell when you're about to come up here. I'm not sure if I'm going to last the whole hour myself, but if I should flake away, you guys can carry on. But anyway, I'll do a song for you now. Well, wish me luck, because this is a tricky little song. And I said I would only do labor songs since it's May Day. And this isn't exactly a labor song, but it's a song about labor. And you know, we had the Folksville session on Wednesday, and the theme was weaving, and there were lots of Weaver songs. Of course, I did a Weaver song, not the folk music group, the actual Weavers of Cloth. And it occurred to me that actually the Weavers compete with the coal miners for the number of songs they produce. So I'll do a Weaver song. This is about a gentleman who is a hand weaver. That is someone who may be itinerant, takes a loom from town to town. He falls in love with a woman working in the weaving factory. And this is scandalous because those are notoriously loose and low-class women, and the hand weaver is the labor aristocracy of his trade. And he gets in trouble with his dad, and has a hard time with this. Anyway. When I was a tailor, I carried my roots and my gear, my shears. When I was a weaver, I carried I've already messed it up. I'm going to start again. Okay, honey, would you mind taking in another room? I'm a little distracted here. Sorry. I'll blame it on my wife. Okay, once more. When I was a tailor, I carried my bodkin and shears. When I was a weaver, I carried my roots and my gear, my temples also, my small gloves and reed in my hand. And wherever I go, here's the jolly bold weaver again. I'm a hand weaver to my trade. I fell in love with a factory maid, and if I could but her favor win, I'd stand beside her and weave by steam. My father to me scornful said, how could you fancy a factory maid when you could have girls too fine and gay, dressed like unto the Queen of the May? As for you fine girls, I don't care, if I could but enjoy, my dear, I'd stand in the factory all day, and she and I keep our shovels in play. Indeed. times I had been before, but I could not speak nor yet get in the pleasant bed that my love's lay in. Well, how can you say it's a pleasant bed when naught lies there but a factory maid? And the factoryless, although she be, blessed is the man that enjoys she. The loom goes click and the pill goes clack. The shovel flies forward and then flies back. The weaver's sub-ant that is like to crack. Such a wearisome trade is the weaver. Where are the girls? I will tell you plain. The girls all have gone to weave by steam. And if you find them, you must rise at dawn and trudge to the mill at the early dawn. So when I was a tailor, I carried my bodkin and shears. When I was a weaver, I carried my rue and my gear, my temples also, my small gloves and reed in my hands. And wherever I go, yeah, it's the jolly bold weaver again.
All right.
Thank you, thank you. And I think Rory's up.
Yes, I'm going to head back to piping. I'm going to sing or play two tunes of the lovely slow air called Setting Course for Lewis. Lewis is one of the big island, the North Hebrides, and followed by Dr. Ross's Welcome by Donald MacLeod. Great story is told in the 1920s because the ferry would leave from Oban and it would be a 3 or 4 hour trip. And Captain Robertson was looking at the weather and it wasn't looking too good, and then it was looking better and then not looking too good, so that they were delayed. But finally the word came they were going to sail. And somebody piped up, well, now it's up to Captain Robertson and God. And another person piped up, aye, 2 good men.
it's such a special privilege to have the pipes. So thank you, Rory. And Joe, would you like to do one?
Sure. There was a request for a Percy French song, so I happen to know a couple, so I will indulge with the Darlin' Girl from Clare. We were sitting on the wall upon a Sunday to watch the girls go by, and thinking we'd be married too in one day when Kate Flynn caught our eye. Oh man, she had the makings of a fairy, and it made each boy swear there's not one girl in the wide, wide world like the darling girl from Clare. And every man had got the finest plan you'll ever see now, barring me now. Every day there's one of them will say that you'll agree now, you'll see now. All night they'd fight as to which of them was right on the color of her eyes and hair. But not a word from me was ever heard about the darling girl from Clare. Says Fagin to the father I'll be pleasing, I'll tell him the land I've tilled, I'll tell him of the cattle I have brazen, and the house I mean to build. And when he sees the arable and pasture, and the fat stock feeding there, all the hens and the chickens you may go to the dickens for the girl from the county Clare. So every man had got the finest plan you'll ever see now, barring me now. Every day each one of them would say that you'll agree now, you'll see now. Thinks I, well then, though I haven't got a cow, a brass I've got my share. And so I know the way I ought to go about the darling girl from Clare. Says Sharky, she'll be coming to the shop there to buy some sort of thing. I'll ask her if she has a mind to stop there, and should I buy the ring. And when she sees the curtains on the window and the old clock on the stair, keeping time to the minute, no one else will be in it with the darling girl from Clare. So every man has got the finest plan you'll ever see now, barring me now. Every day each one of them would say that you'll agree now, you'll see now. Thinks I, ye may stop till you're dead in your shop, and not a hair she'll care. With all your gold she'd never hold a hold upon the darling girl from Clare. I never said a single word about her, but I met the girl that day. I told her I could never live without her, and what had she to say? She said that I should go to see her father. I met him then and there, and in less than an hour we were fighting for the dowry of the darling girl from Clare. So every man had got the finest plan you'll ever see now, barring me now. Every day each one of them would say that you'll agree now, you'll see now. But late last night when the moon was bright, I'd ask her if she'd share me joy and me sorrow, and me garby tomorrow I'll be married to the girl from Clare. Me joy and me sorrow and me garby tomorrow I'll be married to the girl from Clare.
Oh, that was delicious.
A spirited version, young fella.
And Philip seems to know another song song to every tune we do. Okay, let's see. Sandy, will you favor us with peace?
I do know the man from the Daily Mail. That one's a funny one.
Okay. When I was at the beach last month, it was real foggy one day, so I wrote this little song. Just foggy, foggy morning. Will it ever clear? Foggy, foggy day. And it's just that long. And I'm going to use that as an introduction to the Irish song, The Wounded Hussar, that I had transcribed earlier. I think I may have played it before because I just thought it was a really pretty melody. Somebody had played it on here or sang it on here, and so I just looked it up on Google and got the notes for it too. So I'll start out with my original Foggy Day will be the introduction, then I'll do the Irish tune, and then I'll do my ending thing again. This is an E bass flute made out of curly maple. Kind of a mournful ending.
Beautiful.
Wrong with
Lovely.
Monka.
And,
You get very nice tone out of that, out of your instruments, my friend. Thank you.
how many flutes do you have? You're probably the one person I know who has more flutes than Stuart.
Yeah, well, I only have 12. I went to a friend's house in Dallas. She has over 100. And then
Oh
she
my
bought 2
goodness.
more that night. I bought 2 more, and that brought me up to 12. I mean, I know another person has 200, another one has 400. So
Yeah.
a lot of
Well,
people have a lot of them. But I
nobody who
think 12
has,
is enough.
but you play them.
I actually play all of them.
Yes.
We have 12 dogs and 12 flutes. So a while ago when I was playing, we had 9 dogs in this room while I was playing.
So if you get another flute, do you have to buy another dog?
Have
Is
to get
that
another dog, yeah, I guess so.
okay?
Nice
Marlene,
background, Sandy. It's a foggy day. Foggy out at sea.
well, Marlene, would you like to take the next one?
Okay. I couldn't find a Celtic and a labor song together, but okay. I'm doing a Silver Dagger, the Joan Baez version. Don't sing love songs, you'll wake my mother. She's sleeping here, right by my side, and in her right hand a silver dagger. She says that I can be your bride. All men are false, says my mother. They'll tell you wicked love and lies. The very next evening they'll court another, leave you alone to pine and sigh. My daddy is a handsome devil. He's got a chain 5 miles long, and on every link a heart does dangle of another maid he's loved and wronged. Go court another tender maiden and hope that she will be your wife. For I've been warned and I've decided to sleep alone all of my life. Ooh, 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 Ebony Buckle changes it into a feminine version, like, okay,
Oh, really?
but chose not to. Okay.
Okay, good. That was lovely. Thank you. So, John Charles Daly, would you like to sing us a song?
You're muted. You're muted.
I enjoy talking to myself. Thank you.
Well, don't let us interrupt. You're probably
right.
keeping yourself good company.
Well, yes, I'm used to that. This is much better here with all of you. So I'm going to go the other way, as I say, well, as I said before, and nobody heard. I want to do a Stephen Foster song, which I like, which I've probably done, but I love this. I sort of think of it as in beckoning to a muse rather than a lover kind of thing. Beautiful dreamer, wake unto me. Starlight and dewdrops are waiting for thee. Sounds of the rude world heard in the day, lulled by the moonlight, have all passed away. Beautiful dreamer, queen of my song, list while I woo thee with soft melody. Gone are the cares of life's busy throng. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, out on the sea, mermaids are chanting the wild Lorelei. Over the streamlet, vapors are born, waiting to fade at the bright coming morn. Beautiful dreamer, beam on my heart, e'en as the morn on the streamlet and sea. Then will all clouds of sorrow depart. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. Beautiful dreamer, awake unto me. There's a Beautiful Dreamer by Stephen Foster.
It was beautiful. Yeah. Okay, and Mary Jane, I believe you're up next.
Yes, thank you. Well, this one coming up is The Beltane Fires by Gaia Consort, a May Day song. Only the pagan approach to May Day. And Beltane was a Celtic holiday. There was pagans were definitely a force in the Celtic culture. And Gaia Concert is a Seattle-based band, so I was thinking Mike might know of them. You've never heard of them?
No, I'll
Yeah,
have
I don't
to.
know much about them, but I know
Yeah.
they were a Seattle-based band, and they wrote a bunch of pagan songs. They consider themselves a pagan band, and this is one about May Day or Beltane. Okay. A health to the mothers of the Mary begotten, a health to the maiden with the fiery eyes, a health to the crone that shines beside us on the other side of a Beltane fire. A health to the sweet rain gently falling down upon the earth so fair. A health to the wind that yells around us and feeds the passion of a Beltane fire. A health to the lovely green-eyed Susan, she whose heart is my desire. And after all the maypole's rising, will you lead to me now over the Beltane fire? Yo, the maiden and the hornwood, yo, the call to spill the seed, yo, the stirring of the cauldron, yo, evo hey, yo, the green man ever present, yo, the raven in the wood, yo, the kiss is ripe for tasting, yo, evo hey, yo, the rising of the sleepers, yo, to hear the pipe at dawn, yo, the quickening is here, yo, evo hey. Yo, the sweet rain gently falling, yo, the sea deep in the earth, yo, I hear my lovers calling, yo, evo hey, yo, the lusty summer coming, yo, the green leaf in the bud, yo, the wild sap is running, yo, evo hey. Yo, the musky piper playing, yo, the one who calls the dance, yo, the howling earth is saying, yo, evo hey, yo, evo hey, yo, evo hey, yo, evo hey.
Oh, that was unique. Yeah.
Very obscure band out there. Michael hasn't even heard
Interesting stuff.
Oh, if you could put their name in the chat, I'll kind of see if I can find them around here. They sound like they might be a fun group to listen to. Are they current?
Well, I don't really know if they're still together because it looked like this was a fairly old song. And they had also worked with a Celtic band at one point, so they had done some Irish stuff at some point. But currently, I have no idea if they're still together. But I can give you the name in the chat.
That'd be great. I'll just do a little research on my own. It sounds kind of fun to follow up on that. Some of those songs are great. Real fun to sing.
So yes, Mike, it's your turn. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, back to Percy French. This is not a song of his, although it has been made into a song. But it's in this version, it's a poem that I got off of an old album that I found when I was going through somebody's. You know how like when you have somebody that's selling all of their stuff, and I found this as an old thing, but it's called "When the Children Are Away," and there's the song. I'll go ahead and post that, but I've got a link to the song is called "An Irish Mother," and there's a version of it on YouTube sung by Brendan O'Dowd. So they're similar, but not exactly the same, and I just really like this one. So here we go. When the children are away. Myself drawing water, my old man out at the plow. No grown-up son or daughter, that's the way we're farming now. No work and little pleasure was the cry before they went. Well, they've plenty in full measure, so I ought to be content. Great wages men is given in that land beyond the sea, but 'tis lonely, lonely livin' when the children are away. To see a baby in the cradle with blue eyes and curly hair, God knows I'd give a great deal to see little Peter there. No doubt he'd find it funny, lying here upon my arm, him that's making the big money on a California farm. £6 it was, or 7, he sent last quarter day. But 'tis lonely, lonely livin' when the children are away. God is good, none better, and the devil might be worse. Each month there comes another letter, bringing something to the purse. And me old man's heart rejoices when I read they're doing fine. But oh, to hear their voices and to feel their hand in mine. To see the cattle grazing and the young ones making hay. 'Tis a lonely land we live in when the children are away. When the shadows do be falling on the old man there and me, 'tis hard to keep from calling, come in children to your tea. I can almost hear them coming, Mary, Kate, and little Sean. Ah, but I'm a foolish woman, sure they're all grown up and gone. That our sins may be forgiven, and not one go astray. You know, I doubt I'd stay in heaven if the children were away. That's it.
Oh, that was most poignant. Thank you. Okay, Philippa, do you have another tune for us? Have I said your name right, Philippa, or Philippa, or Pippa, even?
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is. Am I saying your name right? Philippa.
Okay, I'll sing The Convict of Clonmel in Irish and to a slightly different tune than what I sang in English. Oblian Isla Marak Shadaga Sambaya Ag Dogo Hard Patrick Kalasilam Hata Rihi Buakali Padam Agus Rasakur Yalib Is Mego Du Akoignak Ibrizun Kun Mala Tamokrian is Mogilach Ari Saklefata Mohammed Firu We Moyapa Molly Hodge the Bullet At Buakali and Glenna is go muading Park Byra Có na fare a kiri bigya gilam is bog bin lam wan yo ha is pega hi the sahiya na bering shabyon go me a drikina a tree spicky mahioka we yakta na hiya is cockshinella nyohihovan go vrach mahenu beshkel go dimo winter go where them dear and watch all is nach will bio ach mako hine Bali is toru agus con Ibrahim himba Shin kriak leodona Esco jo be a giorim.
Oh, that was just marvelous.
Yay.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, we are around the circle, and we just got a little bit of time left over, and probably not enough to go all the way around the circle again. So what I like to do is just take volunteers. Anyone who would like to do an encore? Dave would, and Rory would, and Marlene would. Well, maybe we'll get around the circle again. Go ahead, Dave.
So this is another song in the genre of As I Roved Out on a Bright May Morning. And in fact, it's called As I Roved Out. And it's an Irish song, but it's also about romantic love, but it doesn't work out as nicely as the other one. Learned this off of several recordings. Planksty, Paddy Tunney, and the Voice Squad. As I walked out, sorry, as I roved out on a bright May morning to view the fields and the meadows gay, who should I spy but my own true lover, as she sat under a willow tree. I took off my hat and I did salute her. I did salute her most courageously, but she turned away and the tears fell from her, saying, "False young man, you have deluded me, for to deceive you it cannot be my love. Far from your body I am quite free. I'm as free from you as a babe unborn, and so are you, my love, free from me." diamond ring to wear on your right hand. But the vows you made, love, you went and broke them. And you married the lassie that had the land. If I married the lassie that had the land, my love, it's that I'll rue until the day I die. When fortune falls, no man can shun it. I was blindfolded, I'll ne'er deny. And at night when I go to my bed of slumber, thoughts of my true love run in my mind. When I turn around to embrace my darling, instead of gold it's brass I find. And I wish the king would call home his armies from the West Indies, America and Spain, and every man to his wedded woman, in hopes that you and I would meet again.
That's intriguing. Yes. Okay, Rory, would you like to take a turn then?
This is a song by Pete St. John, who died 6 weeks ago, approximately. Seminal member of the Dubliners and wrote many, many songs. One is such a classic. When I found out it was written by him, I thought it was so old. It was 200, The Fields of Athenry, which has become a kind of an anthem. But this is about the ferryman. And they used to be in the 50s, just after the Second World War and up until 67, these small boats that would carry maybe about 14 or 15 passengers go from the south to the north part of the Liffey. And they stopped running the boats. And so this was a point where he talks about the man who used to run one of the boats. And they came back. I think they're back as of about 2 years ago. We'll see if they actually pay. It's called The Ferryman. The little boats are gone from the breasts of Anna Liffey. The ferryman is stranded on the quay. And the Dublin docks is dying, and a way of life is gone. And Molly, it was part of you and me. When the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worry from my brow. I love you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. And if you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now. 'Twas the only job I knew, and it was hard but never lonely. The Liffey ferry made a man of me. It's gone without a whisper and forgotten even now. And sure it's over, Molly, can't you see? Where the strawberry beds sweep down to the Liffey, you kissed away the worry from my brow. I love you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. If you ever love me, Molly, love me now. And now I'll tend the yard, and I'll spend me days in talking, and I'll hear them whispers, Charlie's on the dole. But Molly, we're still living, and darling, we're still young, and that never, never owned my heart and soul. Where the strawberry
bed, sweep down to the leffy. You kissed away the worry from my brow. I love you well today, and I'll love you more tomorrow. And if you ever loved me, Molly, love me now. And if you've ever loved me, Molly, love me now.
That was lively. Well, the clock is running out on us here, but I think we have time for Marlene, and then David will sing us out with the parting glass.
Another Stephen Foster, I Dream of Jeannie. I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, born like a vapor on the summer air. I see her tripping where the bright streams play, happy as the daisies that dance on her way. Many were the wild notes her merry voice would pour, many were the blithe birds that warbled them o'er. Oh, I dream of Jeannie with the light brown hair, floating like a vapor on the soft summer air. I long for Jeannie with the day dawn smile, radiant in gladness, warm with winning guile. I hear her melodies like joys gone by, sighing round my heart o'er the fond hopes that die, sighing like the night wind and sobbing like the rain, waiting for the lost one that comes not again. Oh, I long for Jeannie, and my heart bows low, never more to find her where the bright waters flow. I sigh for Jeannie, but her light form strayed far from the fond hearts round her native glade. Her smiles have vanished and her sweet songs flown, flitting like the dreams that have cheered us and gone. Now the nodding wildflowers may wither on the shore, while her gentle fingers will cull them no more. Oh, I sigh for Jeannie with the light brown hair, floating like a zephyr on the soft summer air. Okay. The song was originally Jenny with the light brown hair, published in 1854, but it became Jeannie with one N. Okay.
Great, thank you, Marlene. And in a minute, David will sing us out with the parting glass. But before, a reminder that next Saturday is another song session. It's out of order. It's a special schedule. So we'll be sure and have a song session every weekend. So after that one, then will be Stone Soup Solutions on the Stone Soup Sessions on the following week. You know, I had a consultancy called Stone Soup Solutions, and that creeps in once in a while.
Terry, when are you going to do the second session of the month? Are you going to do it on the 14th or skip a week?
Skip a week. Skip a week so that we will have one and only one session each weekend.
Okay.
I know that's weird. I think we're going to talk about some kind of new schedule soon. But for now, just watch your email. Thank you. So, David, if you please, sir.
Thank you. We've got the parting glass. You can sing along. And I'll follow that with an Irish jig called Happy to Meet and Sorry to Part. I spent it in good company, and all the harm that I ever did, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. Oh, if I had money enough to spend, and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town, who sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheek and ruby lip, I own she has my heart in thrall. So fill to me the parting glass, good night and joy be with you all. Oh, all the comrades that e'er I had, they're sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts I ever knew, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls unto my lot, yet I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and I'll softly call, good night and joy be with you all. I'll softly rise and I'll gently call, good night and joy be with you all. Thanks all.
Nice to hear that concertina. Very
That's
nice.
what I was going to say. Nice to have the concertina back safe and sound, right?
Thank you.
Very good. Well, I hope to see you all soon.
Thanks, Tim,
Bye-bye
for
now.
everything you do.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome. My pleasure.